Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're featuring our first Series 1 team. The rules did get announced. I'll be leaving a link in the description if you want to check them out. But without further ado, let me break down the team. If you're interested in skipping ahead to the battles, there are timestamps in the video below, so feel free to use those, and let's jump right in. Alright guys, so it's a pretty straightforward team with Tyranitar at the centerpiece, right? He is going to be supported by Houndstone, by Amoonguss, and some Intimidate from Gyarados as well. We have Speed Control with Kilowattrel, and the whole strategy is to set up Dragon Dance, Terrasilize into Rock, and just pretty much sweep with Rock Slide. It just does so much absurd damage. The Clear Amulet is there for all the Intimidators that are running around, like Arcanine and Gyarados himself. And then you also have Houndstone as a main partner there with the Sand Rush. Obviously, the speed goes really, really fast there. And then Snarl to lower special attackers. And then the Play Rough is actually a cool little tech there with Terra Fairy, just to KO something that might threaten the Tyranitar. So it's a little bit of an ace up your sleeve. Mostly you want to ally switch to redirect any moves that are coming into Tyranitar, like close combat and such. And you also have really, really fast Will-O-Wisp, which is really, really helpful in the case of helping Tyranitar survive and sweep with Dragon Dance and Rock Slide. You also have, again, Speed Control with Kilowattrel. You have Tailwind, which activates Wind Power, and then it doubles the damage of your next electric move. And then what you can do is you can Terrasilize into Electric and then hit the enemy with a really, really heavy electrically charged Volt Switch, right? So you can dunk on things like Dondozo, Tatsugiri, and other water Pokemon like Gyarados. Amoonguss is there for support. Clear Smog is just there to deal with opposing Dondozos if they do get that Omni boost. If you don't have an answer for Dondozo right now, you're in a lot of trouble because it is the most prominent Pokemon right now in the format, given that Paradox Pokemon are not allowed. So Garchomp is just, good damage output. You got Earthquake, you got Ground Terra. And then you have Rock Slide and Dragon Claw for coverage, and then you can also set up with Gyarados really nicely with Dragon Dance, and you can set up with Rage Powder, Amoonguss. You can really just protect it a lot. So let's go ahead and jump right into the matches. All right, guys, here we go. First match of the ranked season. Super excited. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like. It does help with the algorithm. Trying to make this my permanent career, so I would appreciate any support that I can get from you guys. So, looking like a Trick Room team with Gallade as the setter. So Amoonguss and Tyranitar are going to be key here. Tyranitar is going to be super helpful for overriding the sun. What do we want to do against their Trick Room lead, though? We don't have Taunt on Gyarados, do we? We do not. I actually intended to do that. Well, anyways. What are we going to do with Gallade? Gallade, I don't think we can knock it out. It also has the fast mode. I guess we can try to knock it out with Garchomp Kilowattrel. We'll bring Tyranitar in the back, and then we will bring Amoonguss to put things to sleep and redirect. Gyarados is kind of good tier 2 because we get to put things down with Earthquake and Intimidate the Scizor and the Ceruledge too. We really need to bring that for the Intimidate. Yeah, they have a lot of physical attackers with the Gallade as well. So let's bring Gyarados here in the back for cleanup duty. Torkoal Arboliva. So, this is a little bit of a sussy lead, no? Do we just Terrasilize Earthquake and knock it out? Or do they switch out? We could just Rock Slide Angle. And then Tailwind. Yep, we charged up the Wind Power on the Kilowattrel. Ideally, we get some flinches here. The Seed Sower is going to go off. Reflect goes up, okay. So it's a support Arboliva. And it is Yawn on the Torkoal, okay. So it's more of a supportive slash disruptive Torkoal, huh? So what I can do is I can switch into Tyranitar, get rid of the Sun, and then we can also just Terrasilize Volt Switch onto the Torkoal, and that might actually KO. I might just go for a Volt Switch on the Torkoal just to get some damage off. And then we can come back into Garchomp on the other side if this Volt Switch just goes off. There is the chance that he protects here and we're stuck with Kilowattrel here, but I wouldn't be too opposed to this because... Okay, so it does connect. And that's a knockout. Let's go. So we do get a switch here. I don't think it's time for Gyarados to come in for an Intimidate, so we're going to come back to Garchomp and keep pressuring with Rock Slide flinches. We do have Tailwind, so we have double Rock Slide, which is really threatening for our opponent here. Leech Seed, and it does miss on the Garchomp. It is Sandville Garchomp. Okay. And there's the Scizor. Okay, now it's time to Intimidate. So what we could do is, let me think. Yeah, we just hard switch into Gyara. Garchomp feels kind of bad here. I'm gonna go for the Dragon Claw into the Arboliva, though. Yeah, because Earthquake's not gonna do any damage to the because of the grassy terrain being on the field, right? So I could go for a Rock Slide and fish for flinches. However, the Bullet Punch is going to prevent him from really getting flinched. So I think just going for solid damage on the Arboliva is really important. And of course, this Intimidate on the Scizor is really huge as well. That's my first shiny in the Paldea region, by the way. I was super happy. He looks really, really good. It's like a deeper red. Fantastic switch. Still does a lot of damage, by the way. It is Life Orb, okay. Solid damage. Solar Beam. Looks like our opponent might be a little bit new. I mean, it is low ladder. So it is a little unfortunate for them, but yeah, I think another Dragon Claw plus a Dragon Dance from Gyarados into a Waterfall Sweep should be GG's. Yeah, Dragon Dance, and then go for a Dragon Claw here into the Arboliva. Let's go. Okay, that's a knockout. Oh, Swords Dance Scizor, okay. I mean, we can just, if the grassy terrain goes away, we can just threaten with Terra-type Ground Garchomp Earthquake plus a Waterfall should clean it up here. Looks like there is still one more turn of the grassy terrain, though, as the Tailwind does peter out. And there's the Gallade, okay. I think we're just free to use a Waterfall here. Let me check. How do we lose this, right? Kilowattrel should still outspeed everything and dunk on it with Volt Switch, so it's not really a problem. Yeah, I guess we just go for the Waterfall onto the Scizor. And we go for a Rock Slide. Quick Attack gets us really low. As the Rock Slide misses on the Gallade. However, we do get that Scizor down. Oh, that's a crit. It's a lot of damage. Everything is in range for Quick Attack. Wow, this grassy terrain, I'm starting to think it had terrain extender. It should have expired by the time. And they do have reflect up still. Okay. Well, I was saying, I'll protect the Gyarados. And Rock Slide, right? I think I just have to double attack into the... Because I think he wants to remove the Gyarados. This is obviously a quick attack, right? He could also bullet punch. Yeah, the grassy terrain is really screwing me over, man. I can't really just fire off. I'm just going to double up into the Scizor. I kind of have to. Yeah, the bullet punch to cover for the switch is beautiful. Glad I didn't switch there to Tyranitar. He's going to take Life Orb recoil. Yep. And then this Rock Slide connects. Let's go. That's huge. Heal Pulse Gallade. Interesting. Okay. As the Sandstorm subsides, we can now bring in the Kilowattrel. I don't think it KOs us, even at +2. So we definitely Volt Switch here. Protect, right? I could Terrastalize here just to ensure the knockout. Yeah, let's do that. Terrastalizing. Is it the Scizor? It's the Gallade. Okay. Life Orb plus this Volt Switch, Terrastalized, should KO. Go. Okay, so now we shouldn't be able to lose or throw this game because what happens here is we're just naturally faster than Gallade, and I don't think it has any priority moves. Even if like a close combat were to go into this Kilowattrel slot, it would still be fine because we're just naturally faster. Yeah, Sacred Sword into the Garchomp. Go for a Rock Slide here. Alright, honestly, I could just protect Earthquake. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, let's go. That's huge. GG's. So definitely could have played a little bit better. The Scizor quick attack damage actually surprised me. And then the heal pulse on the Gallade, very, very interesting to keep it alive just a little bit longer so that it can do Scizor things, right, and start picking up those knockouts late game. So GG's to our opponent. I do feel bad for calling them bad early in the game, but you know what? They're just playing a different style that I'm not used to. So good game to them. All right, let's jump into game number 2. It is going to be a Annihilate team. I think I've seen this team with Aaron Zhang. Toadscroll can Trick Room. He's got 3 potential Trick Room setters. So it makes it quite difficult to approach. Though Tyranitar looks really good here and the Houndstone. And then we can just bring... How do we deal with Chomp? I don't think we have Ice Fang, actually. We could bring our own Garchomp after we set up speed control. Let's see, Annihilate. We cannot Intimidate because he's probably Defiant, so we gotta be careful with that. I think Garchomp for sure. And then we bring Kilowattrel as well. I don't know. I feel like Kilowattrel has a great matchup into like at least half of his team. I'm going to go with it. But trust my gut here, and let's go ahead and lock it in. All right, we're going to showcase the actual Houndstone, which I'm really excited for. Cool for Coco hat. Holy. Okay, Annihilate Toadscroll. Annihilate pressures the Tyranitar so much, but what we can do is Dragon Dance and Ally Switch, right? You know what? We could also just Rock Slide, fish for a flinch, and then I'm also gonna Ally Switch. Wait, do I just... Yeah, we're gonna have to Rock Slide, and then we're gonna Ally Switch. It goes into the Houndstone, beautiful. Trick Room goes up, that's perfectly fine. So now he's stuck being the slowest thing on the field. Maybe after Houndstone, right? I'm gonna Snarl here, and then this is probably a grass move into this. We're in a really bad spot because Trick Room did go up. You know what? I'm just gonna play rough into the Annihilate and protect. No reason not to, especially because it's Choice Scarf, Annihilate, right? Awesome. Play rough Houndstone, let's go. Doesn't KO. This could be a good thing, though, because what this does is doesn't give them a free switch to their potential sweepers in the back, right? Though it could be just a bunch of fast things like Armarouge or a Garchomp, maybe Indeedee. Yeah, this is a point where the Terrasilize would have been really, really big, but I just didn't feel like I could really commit to it, you know? I think Snarl plus the combination of... maybe... They're probably switching, so Snarl is really, really good here. I'll just go for a Rock Slide just to fish for some damage. Yeah, he withdraws the Annihilate, which is a really good call, because Final Gambit's not going to do any damage here. Armarouge is going to eat up a lot of damage here from Snarl and Rock Slide, so... Yeah, that Rage Powder doesn't do anything. Beautiful. We're in a really good spot now. Okay, misses on Toadscroll, which is... Honestly, I'm fine with that. Snarl connecting on both here is really, really big, since they're both special attackers. And I think we should still be slower than Armarouge and Toadscroll, so... we could just Snarl again and Rock Slide, no reason not to. Could be a Terrassilization of like a grass or something, but honestly at this point I don't think it's even worth it to Terrasilize the Armarouge. At this point maybe the Toadscroll surprises with like a cheeky Terrassilization that resists Rock Slide, maybe like Steel. Especially because it's more of a defensive Terrassilization, right? Yeah, it seems like our opponent is definitely thinking about it a little bit more. It seems like they might be struggling, and they do forfeit. Yeah, it's pretty much game. Well, there we go, guys. So, Ally Switch and Play Rough, really, really strong. It just really showcases the power of, you know, switching places and, you know, having those fighting moves that are targeting the Tyranitar. Just kind of avoid them with the ghost typing of Houndstone. So, That's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'm so happy with all the likes and all the subs. I really appreciate every single one of them, and I read all the comments. Thank you so much for all of those, guys. And if you're enjoying the VGC content, drop a sub if you haven't subscribed already. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you could leave a like, I would appreciate that as well. That's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.